welcome to my next EOC ranged guide. I'm going to cover everything you need to know to next as a ranger in the EOC. The most common comp is 3 DPS and 1 tank. The minimum requirements include 70 strength, 70 range, 70 constitution and 70 agility. The recommended requirements include 95 magic, 95 ranged, 95 defense, 95 constitution, 96 summoning, 96 hope lore, 300 MA rank, Ritual of the Margarite, Desert Treasure, Mage Arena Completion, Arcane Stream Necklace, and Temple of Sanderston. To obtain the Frozen Key to gain access to the ancient prison where Nex resides, you must acquire the 4 pieces of the key. There is a piece in each of the gods' strongholds to be found. All followers have a chance of dropping it. I'm now going to cover the fight as a ranger or melee. For smoke phase, activate Deflect Mage and Anguish. MD isn't required if you have a tank. If you don't, use Deflect Melee if she is on you. Avoid the areas by stepping off the middle tiles. Avoid cough by staying spread out. And if you get pulled in and stunned, use Freedom to get away. The ranged and melee priorities are below. For minion phases, always range the minions. Keep the same curse from the previous phase you were in, and the priority as follows from left to right. Never melee the minions. For Shadow Phase, activate Deflect Range and Anguish. Stay far away from Nex if you're ranging, and if you are meleeing, use the hit and run method. You run in, hit, then run out. Avoid Shadow Bombs if not using the safe spot. If you are using the safe spot, it may be patched soon, so be careful. Shadow Bombs can be avoided by stepping off, so keep your cursor ready. Surge, a mage ability, can be used to get away very fast if Nex is right on top of you. The priority of abilities is below. For Blood Phase, activate Deflect Mage and Anguish. MD doesn't really matter if you have a tank. Hitting Nex when she siphons will heal her, and hitting the Reavers when she siphons and putting a Dreadnought is the best thing you can do. Keeping your prayer low, as she halves it with Blood Sacrifice, is also very handy. She attacks 5 times after using a Blood Sacrifice until she will siphon. Do not use any bleeds. You can use range or melee. It's really a personal preference. For Ice Phase, activate Deflect Mage and Anguish. Stay together as a group, and contain this hits close players. You will see her say it. Watch for little spikes coming out of the contain this. If they come at you, run away. Use Freedom if you get imprisoned so you can eat, and make sure to free others in prisons by spam clicking the icicles. The priority is as follows. For Zaros Phase, activate Deflect Mage and Anguish. Stay MD, as apparently she will mage less often. Upon Nex's death, run away to avoid Wrath. Use Regeneration once you get out of combat if you have any spare adrenaline left over. For the gear and inventory setup, I use maxed range bonus, and then I use a Darok set as my melee. You can use a Varrock set, just the top and the bottom, with the Chaotic Maul. It's really personal preference. I always fill my yak with Rock Towels. Before going to any God War Dungeons boss, I always get Glacier Boost. You can get there with DKQ. I'm now going to show you a whole kill using range and melee. For Smoke Phase, we aren't MD'd, we're doing more of a lure tactic here. If you were to MD, you would all be at the start on spawn. As seen just then, we could avoid there is totally. It kills the minion and we go over and kill the minion really fast. We head over to the safe spot just south of Umbra and wait for our tank to bring it over. She puts Deflect Range on, so the 2 rangers in our team, we have to go over a melee. When the minion is killed, we get back into our range setup and take it down quickly, then lure her to the door. I use a Darok setup here, as I believe it's much faster as DPS roll to get through blood phase. Crew is called quite quickly, but she was also about to siphon right then, so you would have to been off. Just be ready to count 5 times after the blood sacrifice. On ice phase, someone gets prisoned right away, but we don't get a chance to free him quickly enough. We avoid to contain this, and we are ready to hit the minion because it is quite close. As you can see here, Nex came close and used contain this. I didn't really get a chance to run away, so I took the hit. I ran away in anticipation of the little spikes coming at me. The minion goes down, and we tag it into Zaros phase. Zaros phase is pretty easy. You just DPSO down. Thanks for watching, and I highly advise you to watch my maging guide and my tank guide when it is up later this week. So make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.